he made his first career start in the 1992 Hooters 500, or in other words, the 1992 season finale at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and he would eventually go on to stay with this team. And after the season, not only will he stop racing most likely in NASCAR, he will also surpass Ricky Rudd in, I think, a couple more weeks as all-time leader in most consecutive starts. It is the number 24 of Jeff Gordon and his AARP Drive to End Hunger Chevrolet, teammate to Casey Kane, four-time champion. And overall, Jeff Gordon, this paint scheme, I kind of wish that, like, I'm sure many others have been thinking like this, but I kind of wish that for his final full-time season, he actually had the Rainbow Warrior just for the history's sake, because when Jeff Gordon started, it was from his very first career start all the way up until the end of 2000. They had the Rainbow Warrior, and over time, I think that his paint schemes, sometimes I think they're sometimes kind of interesting and sometimes they're not, as I'm having a really difficult time getting out of this car. Okay, that took a lot longer than I expected, so here it is. So, to me, overall on this paint scheme, my thoughts is that, to me, this is kind of one of those, like, paint schemes that I think isn't really, like, that cool when you're just looking at it, like, in the garage. But to me, I think on the track, I think this paint scheme, I think it looks a lot more better on the racetrack. And I actually kind of wish that, you know, I actually wish that he was actually using this paint scheme a little more often, because it feels like this season all I can really recall is just like 3M and a couple of other sponsors, but not really this one. The only race I can recall him driving this paint scheme was his final Daytona 500, where he qualified on the pole for that race. But anyway, other than that, AARP Drive to End Hunger, it has AARP, and it has Real Possibilities right there. And other than that, I see 3M, I see Pepsi, I see Exalta. 3M is on the back of this car. DTEH.org, which stands for Drive to End Hunger.org. And then the same on this side. And overall, I think that what kind of makes this paint scheme an interesting touch is it's sort of like how on this side it goes from black, and then it's kind of like this, like, maroon, and then it goes to black again. I think that the stripes are kind of cool in my opinion, but overall, it's not, to me, it's not like a terrible paint scheme, but it's just not, if I was in charge of the world, I don't think I would have accepted this paint scheme. But anyway, now let's move on to the next car, as this will be the final video I ever do a Jeff Gordon car.